In order for our lives to work efficiently, we need to be able to make sure that our personal lives, our family, our friends, and all the things we need to do in our personal lives, doctor's appointments, basketball games for the kids, etc., and our business world, all of the meetings we have, all the appointments that we have, all the things we need to schedule to do, we need to make sure they all work together. And one way to be able to keep all these activities and tasks and events working well together is to put them on our calendars. Now, not everybody does like I do, but I live and die by my calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it ain't happening, no matter what it is. Personal, family, friends, as well as my business work. So how do I do this? There's 3 ways using Google Calendars. And I'm showing this to you in Google Calendar, in Chrome, on my MacBook. But what I'm showing you goes to my iPhone, my iPad, my other devices, etc., even my Alexa device. Knows everything I have going on because there's 3 ways to do it. Number 1, I can put my business meetings right here if I want to. I can put my business meeting with the boss right there. Set it up however I want to set it up. Give it a color code, however I want to color code it, whatever. And it's right there on my calendar. And I can also come up here because every day at 6:45, I walk the dog. And I make this a repeatable event. It repeats every day. And it started way back when I got the dog, which is March 4th, 2025. And I can save that. And now I can see, here's my meeting. It does not conflict with my dog. But the problem with this is on my business calendar, I have my personal entries. Now, that may not be the best way to do it. There's 2 other ideas. Here's a second idea. Let me first get rid of this. Delete it. Delete all events. Because I don't want my personal activities on my business calendar. The second way to do that would be to create a new calendar. Come over here where it says other calendars, hit the plus, hit create a new calendar. I can come up here and say personal events. And then I put a description, TLB, personal events, etc., create the calendar. Now you can see over here I have personal events. Now I can come up here and at 6:15 or whatever time it was I walked my dog, I can say walk the dog. And I can come over here and do everything I was doing before. It repeats every day. And then but I can do one more thing. I can come down here and I can select which calendar I want it to be on. Instead of being on this Google testing account, I can say put it on personal events. And I can hit save. So now I have personal events showing up overlaid on my business calendar. And if I want someone to come to my desk and look at my business calendar, I can, over here on the left, I can get rid of birthdays and personal events, and all you see is business. You don't see any personal events. Now, that's option number 2. Create an additional calendar in your business account, in this case, Gmail or Google Workspace, and you put all those events there. But there's an even better way of doing this. So let's get rid of this calendar because that's not the way I would do it. Go to settings and sharing, all the way to the bottom, hit delete, permanently delete. And let me show you a better way of doing that. This is my Burris Consulting, Google testing account. I'm calling it my work account. Let me go to my personal account. Here is my personal calendar. And by the way, I have other appointments. Let's just go ahead and put those other appointments in here. I have a doctor's appointment. Save that. I have a football game with my son. And then I have lunch with my wife. And let's save all that. So there's my personal calendar. All that is in my Teddy Burris at Gmail. Now, how do I get this to show up on my business calendar so I can see what's going on and where I may have conflicts for my events? So you come over here where it says personal, TLB personal, hit the 3 dots, hit settings and sharing, and I can come down here and I can share this with add other people, and the email address is bcigws at gmail.com, and it's actually coming up right there. Now, when I share this with that email address, I can give them permissions to only see free busy, so they only see that I'm not available, or they can see all the event details. They can make changes to the events, or even more over encompassing as that is allow them to make changes and manage sharing. Now, by the way, I'm sharing this with my business account, so it's only going to be seen by me. I could actually do that. Make changes and manage sharing. Actually, just make changes to events and hit send. So I just sent an invitation to my business account to see my personal calendar. So let's go over and take a look and see what happened. Profiles, business. It's not on my calendar yet because I have to accept permission to see it. However, here it is. Look, there, added you to the shared calendar. So it says Teddy Bear shared a calendar. And so I want to open calendar, which, by the way, it was already open. And you can see right there, there's Teddy Bear's personal meetings overlaid on top of this business calendar, not because it's a new My Calendar, but it's another calendar that Teddy Burris at Gmail is sharing. And I can turn that off, turn it back on. And furthermore, because I gave myself permission to manage my personal calendar, I can say, oh, I'm going to change the doctor appointment, and I'm going to do that at 4. And so I updated that, not only displayed over top of my business calendar, but it's at 4 p.m. If I go look and see, that appointment got moved to 4 p.m. And furthermore, I can go back over here and the appointment with my wife, lunch with my wife, I can take that and move that to Tuesday, and as long as I alert her to that change. There are 3 ways to let your personal life and your business life coexist on your calendar so you make sure there's no collisions. Number 1 is on your business calendar, just put your personal activities on there. It might be a little bit too simple. Number 2 would be create a new calendar in your business account and put your personal activities in there. Number 3, which I absolutely recommend, is for you to manage a personal calendar in your own personal Gmail and then share that calendar back with your business down here, other calendars, so that these activities that are personal overlay the calendar, which is your business. And by the way, by integrating your personal, in this case Gmail, with your business Google Calendar, by adding that other calendar down here on the bottom left, I can hide that so no one sees it, and I don't see it when I'm looking at it, but I can see it when I want to see it. And furthermore, if your boss or bosses or your team is looking at your business calendar, whether they see it on your computer or you share your business calendar with them, they will not see your personal calendar. I'm Teddy. I'm all about Google Workspace and Gmail, and I hope this idea of integrating your personal calendars with your business calendars is helpful for you.